Randy and Flair meet at WrestleMania 8 for a world title match. And apparently this was not the original plan for WrestleMania. It was supposed to be Dream Match, Flair versus Hogan, but they did a house show tour with it that kind of bombed. Everyone freaked out and everything got moved around. So Flair's wrestling Macho Man.
Yeah, I don't. That's the WWE story. I don't know if I fucking believe that or not.
Same.
I would love for somebody to tell me the real fucking story because it just doesn't feel right. I get that maybe it bombed, and I get that like Flair won't tell you it bombed. He'll just say like, "Oh, we already did it on all the house shows." Well, do it for fucking WrestleMania because guess what? I didn't see that fucking house show in Fresno, California. It'd make more sense if like, hey, Hogan didn't want to do the job or Flair didn't want to do the job.
That's my theory.
That's kind of my theory too. I don't know. It's all fucking. It's stupid. I would love for somebody to give me a real fucking answer about the WWE as opposed to what's out there, because I'm sure it's pretty interesting.
I mean, this is one of the biggest money drawing matches of all time, and just throwing it away because like the people in Albany like kind of weren't into it. It doesn't seem realistic.
Yeah, it really doesn't at all. But like, who wins that match? Because Flair doesn't want to give that up, and Hulk sure as fuck doesn't. And yeah, I don't know. I call shenanigans on all of it.
But seeing it in WCW, were they wrong?
It's because it was at WCW.
I'll tell you what, though, it was good. Like, you watch those, the crowd went fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It was just weird when they did career versus career. Like, and then you got Mr. T involved. Like, it got weird that way, but, like, it was still a big goddamn match. And, like, some of the other times that they did it, it was a big fucking deal. Even, like, later years with NWO, like, it was still good.
Flair and Randy at WrestleMania, dark horse candidate for Macho's best WrestleMania match. Good, intense, fast-paced. Flair bonks his head on a guardrail, very obviously blades, so he's like busted open throughout the whole match. And it's not the best. Tons of chaos with Flair's corner man, Mr. Perfect. Liz comes down. Macho survives a figure four, and he ends up rolling up Flair for the 3 and becomes a 2-time WWF World Champion.
Yeah, and I'm sure Flair, for him, is like, yeah, I'll put over Macho. Because in Flair's mind, like, I'm still a bigger deal than Macho. When really, like, look at it now, like, Macho, I think, is moving ahead of Flair in people's minds.
Yeah.
As far as who's, like, the biggest wrestler. But it's the better match, for sure. Even though, like, Flair wants to do the same match over again. There's Macho's still putting stuff in there that's interesting enough that it's cool and it's different than just a regular Ric Flair match.
And isn't that a dream match itself, though? Like Flair, Savage, like the two workhorses of their like respective companies, the NWA workhorse, the WWF workhorse. I would guess it's like the smarkier dream match than Hogan Flair.
I mean, as far as like wrestling content and product, yeah, you want Macho Man, Ric Flair all day every day, where Hulk and Ric Flair are basically going to be a cheeseburger. But like a really good cheeseburger. Macho Man, Flair, it's going to be a 3-course meal at a very nice restaurant. That's the difference.